Alright, so we are going to be solving example problem 3.3 from the book of Fundamentals of Electric Circuit by Charles Alexander. So in this question, we have been asked to find out the node voltage V1 and V2 using the technique of nodal analysis. And if we see, we have a case of super node in this. A super node is a condition in when the voltage source is connected between between two nodes. In this case, as we can see, that this voltage source of 2 volts is connected between the two nodes V1 and V2. Okay, so the very first step that we are going to do is to write down the equation of supernode. Okay, so the equation of supernode would be V2 minus V1 is equals to 2 volts. And how did we write down this equation? As we can see that the polarity, positive polarity is facing the node V2 and the negative polarity is facing the node V1. So that means V2 would be positive and V1 would be negative, and their difference would be equal to the magnitude of the voltage source, which is 2 volts. Okay, and now we're going to be applying KCL on node V1 and V2. Okay, let me write down the steps. Step number 1, write down equation of supernode, which we just did. Step number 2 is to write down the merge equation of node V1 and node V2 using KCL. Okay, so now we need to understand what is KCL. KCL is Kirchhoff's current law, which states that current entering the junction is equals to current leaving the junction. So let us first identify the direction of current flowing in the circuit. So the current is going inside node V1 and it is going outside of node V2, going out as well, and then it is going here, the current is going here, the current is going here to the ground node. Okay, so we can write down the equation as the current of 2 amperes is entering and the current of V1 minus V2 by 10 is entering node V2, and the current which is leaving node V1 is V1 by 2 plus V1 minus V2 by 10, and the current which is leaving node V2 would be V2 by 4 plus 7 amperes. So as we can see that this factor and this factor is being cancelled out, so let us just cut this both of these gets cancelled out. Okay, now we are left with 2 is equals to, let us take LCM. This is going to be 4. This would be 2V1 plus V2, 7 4s is 28. This would be 4 2s are 8. 2V1 plus V2 plus 28. Now arranging the equation, 2V1 plus V2 is equals to minus 20. So this is the equation number 2 that we have. Equation number 2, and this initially this right here is equation number 1 of supernode. Okay, now we can simply just use the calculator to solve these two equations simultaneously in order to get the answers. Let me plug in these values. Okay, so V1 is equals to minus 7.33 volts while V2 is equals to minus 5.33 volts. And here we have our final answers. Hope this question was clear to you guys, and I will meet you guys in the next video.